All right. Yeah, I'm sitting in front of my boy from the MCU, the Hulk, before She-Hulk ruined it. Um, I saw a variety articles say that Joker, Folle do poo. Yeah, poo. Um, they had 11 minutes standing ovation. No, you didn't. I don't even believe you. Even if y'all like that movie, you didn't stand for 11 minutes. No, no. Sorry. I'm sick of these fake. Oh, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, 11 minutes. Especially after watching this film, get the hell out of here. All right. First off, I'm gonna try my best to not spoil this movie. I might spoil. I'm really gonna try to make this fast. So I had an AMC ticket. That was actually about to expire for free to go see a movie, and I wanted to actually see Beetlejuice, but I don't have the time, and the time when it was, I was like, all right, well, the time I have, I can see Joker. I was like, I've heard it was bad. Let's see how bad it is. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. Sorry, I'm trying to hold my phone up here. I don't have it on a pod. This movie was, I believe that this movie was to tell the fans that they were pissed off because the wrong think people liked this movie. And they did not want this movie to be a success. The first movie, I'm talking about the first Joker. They did not want it to be a success. So what they thought to destroy it, they needed to destroy it with this film. Now, like I said, it may be some light spoilers. I trust me, don't even see it. Just, firstly, it was very circular. Now, I will tell you what was good. The courtroom scenes. They could have made the whole movie just about the courtroom. With the little dude and everything and all this stuff. Like, that is where I was like, man, if they would have just made this the courtroom, it would have. When they opened the movie, it was started off all right. It even reminded me a little bit of a Dark Knight Returns thing. And then it just went downhill. Matter of fact, you know what? I am going to go into tiny bits of spoiler because it really frustrated me. So, if you made it this far into the video, I'm going to tell you right now my rating, and then I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to repeat my rating. Well, I'll get to that, and I'll tell you when the thing goes. So, the movie had a lot of things where it was deconstructing what they built in the first film to the point where it made the first film completely pointless. This movie is so bad that it actually changed how I felt about the first film. And I enjoyed the mess out of the first Joker movie. Now, I did have a thing with Joker, and I am going to say this. The Joker film could have been done without the Joker, and it still would have worked. Like, to have all the characters and everything, but don't have it be the Joker or call the Joker, and it still would have worked. So, in that aspect, it doesn't make it the best comic book movie because it literally could have stood on its own without any of the DC references. You could have changed a couple of the names. Instead of Bruce Wayne, you could have been like Marlon, I don't know, Marlon Stanson, and like, the dad and stuff like that. And the way they did it, it was good for what it was for a DC project, but in all honesty, the first Joker film, and I don't always think that's the best thing to do, but I still like that movie, and I still think overall it's a good movie, and the DC part just makes it a little bit more flavorful. Then they did this movie. This movie's so bad that I don't think I'm ever going to watch the original Joker movie again. This movie is so bad and such an insult. I felt like I wasted my money. And I saw it for free. Because I had a free ticket thing. And I felt like I wasted my money and my time. That should tell you how bad this film is. The courtroom scene was, the acting was fine. The musical parts, it was like, okay, once you started to realize why the musicals thing was happening, I was like, okay, but it felt like this movie had no direction. It would like start up something and then stop. Start up something and then stop. Start up something and then stop. And it was like, what are we doing here? And it all was to lead up to a full circle where it started is where it ended is where it started, just to do this other thing, to then say, oh, Arthur Fleck is this and all that. And like the whole story with him and Harley was ridiculous, and she was gaslighting him and all this other stuff. And it felt like this thing, it felt like a director who shot a film and had no idea what a musical. But in all honesty, this movie is so disjointed and so all over the place. And I'm a pretty forgiving guy for a lot of films, to be honest with you, from time to time, unless it's really, really bad, like Mortal Instruments bad. This movie literally was so Matrix Revolutions or Resurrections. I still can enjoy the first four Matrix movies because I don't care. Animatrix is a Matrix movie to me. I still can enjoy all of that, and just ignore that one. When it comes to Independence Day 2, I didn't hate everything about it. I felt like it had a great core and some really good buildup that honestly they could just make a quick streaming 3-part episode just to finish the story, because the setup for what they were going to do was, when I read about what they were going to do for the third film, actually sounded like a good fun time. Just make it a good blockbuster action movie. Don't try to do any of the crazy, wonky stuff or something like that. Just go wonky stuff. Just go straight for it. Don't do the wonky stuff. Just go straight for it, and don't do we're going to focus on China and have China do the whole thing like they were doing for a bit, like what they did with Paradox. A Cloverfield Paradox, where she was speaking Mandarin and everyone else was speaking English. Like don't do that. Just make an awesome action 3-part series and finish it so it can finish strong. Now, back to Joker. Outside of the courtroom, it was like the stuff just felt like, a lot of times I'm watching this film, I'm like, why? That's what I did the whole time. The whole movie was just, why did you do that? Why are you doing this? Okay, but really? So what? But you're not? Like, why is this? Are we here? Why is this character talking? Why does that character know this? What? Like, that happened a lot too, where I was like, why do you know all this? Okay. You're doing this, and it was like, did he do all the chaos? Did he do? Because then you went with the 6, and it was like, okay, sure, and he started to show like he had emotions about stuff, and he did the things, and they were like, well, this proves it, and I don't know. The movie was a hot just mess of a lot of things, and I swear they only did the musical part because they had Lady Gaga, and instead of focusing on the story, they're like, we got Lady Gaga, we need her to sing. That's why I feel like Lady Gaga was in here for it. Just as a whole, I'm going to say this right now, that I'm going to talk about the spoil things that annoyed me. This movie, hands down, was hot garbage. Hot garbage. It was garbage. That is my rating on this film. This film is literally so bad. I'm going to tell you this right now. It made me rethink, and now I had fun with Morbius, but I also knew that they definitely over-edited it, and there was some stuff. But I could even cheek into that Morbius, outside of its fun parts, it's not a good movie. Morbius felt like it was a better film than this. I actually felt like Morbius, I felt like it should have got the heat it deserved after watching this movie. This movie was purposefully torpedoed. And I heard James Gunn did notes on it. This movie is so bad, and I am a fan of James Gunn. Like, I love Lollipop Chainsaw. Like, I like things he worked on. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I see another DC project that's thrown itself away like this, or put itself down to this level of just bad, just pure bad, I'm done. I will watch a cartoon, movies and stuff like Creature Commando, Superman. I need bangers. Like, I'm one of the people who like the Zack Snyder DCEU, and I know it had its problems, but whatever. This was purely, it felt like it was angry at the fans for making this movie good. The first movie good. It felt like it was anger towards it. Now, I'm going to get into the couple spoilers that really annoyed me. One, Harley Quinn, and just, okay, 3, 2, 1, this is the spoiler part. Harley Quinn was gaslighting him and greenlighting him and like was doing this stuff, and it was a weird manipulation. The fact that she was a fan of the Joker, they kind of played off, she was like Harley, I guess, and then they kind of did this thing where it was like they took her and she went in and she used her dad's influence to go meet the Joker, and then she wanted to be in the insane asylum, so she was studying abroad to be the therapist, psychologist, whatever, so I guess that was a hark back. They did this whole stupid thing throughout where it was like they're singing, and then there was a nice part, I will say, where he was like, no more songs. But then she like started to realize that it was Arthur, but they were trying to hint that he was like had a Joker personality, but it may have been Arthur the whole time because he actually cared, which made it more annoying because then she was like, oh, it was all a fantasy. And I was like, what? And then they go through this whole entire stupid story, and it's like this whole thing, and it's supposed to be this love story, but she's agitated or upset with him because he's not the Joker, and then she did this crap, and then like the explosion in the courtroom happens, he escapes, and it's like this whole thing, he gets caught, and then the deaths in this one were like dream sequences, so he wasn't even going after the people that were hurting him and stuff, because that was stupid. And I was like, what are we doing here? Make him the Joker. What's going on? Like, this was supposed to be like a psychological Joker thing, which actually wasn't a bad idea. Then the ending happens, that this was the full-fledged F you to the fans and to the people that like this. So, Arthur's back in there, and he was being quiet, like he wasn't Dark Knight Returns or whatever, and his dude's like been in the background a little bit, so he goes, hey, you want to hear a joke? And, Arthur is talking to him, so the dude freaking takes a knife out, starts shanking him, and he says, you get what you, he was like, you get what you fucking deserve, right? So he starts shanking him. And I'm like, okay. And then, like, he kills him, right? Then he cuts the smile into his face. Even though this takes place in, like, 1983. I'm being very calm right now. I was angry, but I can tell you this right now. In the theater, there was people screaming profanity throughout the whole thing. This is BS. What the hell is this? This is effing... Like, it was insane. Like, people were like, what was this crap? I even sat there and said, are you freaking serious? And out of all things, you're going to do the cutting smile for like the Heath Ledger Joker, when this Joker became one of the iconic Jokers that people even said were like an iconic Joker. This is what you did. This reminds me of Batman fires the Justice League, and the Joker comes in and takes out the Flash, and he goes, you're lame. Yeah, I'm agreeing with that. If you haven't watched it, it's Pete. I think his name was Pete Holmes. Really good. He did the X-Men, where he fired all the X-Men. He used to have a show. And I'm going to tell you right now, when he met that Joker, he was like, I prefer Jared Leto. I prefer Jared Leto. And I don't even hate the Jared Leto Joker. I'm like, okay, this was a certain type of interpretation for that. And he was more of a gangster one, had the tattoo. Joker's had that before. You have different versions of Joker, even different performances. I don't think it was the worst. And I actually liked him when he came back. But this one put him... I even held Jared Leto like, yeah, you're still kind of like maybe one of the worst Jokers. Nope, not after this. Nope. Jared Leto is above this Joker. This was an insult to me. I wasted my money and I got it for free. I wasted my money watching this. That's how bad it is. Tell me what you think in the movie. Honestly, if you don't see this movie, you don't, because I normally don't say that. The original Joker is good on its own. This movie actually destroys that film to the point I don't even want to watch it again. I can't wrap my head around it, and I just think it'll just be crap. Like, it literally turned the first movie to crap. So, Geek Protagonist, you stay safe, you stay healthy, stay real, and I'll see you.